legend, haven't even finished phase one. Imagine what you'll be when you reach the main zone. Predictable how one moment you're on the ground, and the next one you're flying high above the clouds. It's true, the higher you go, the longer you fall. But no matter what happens, you truly need to be proud. I know that you've been running your whole life, walking through the darkness with practically no light, feeling depressed, under pressure, a low life, like there's no one to help you to get through all the cold nights. Look in the mirror, tell me, what do you see? A person climbing to the absolute peak. Don't need excuses, cause you are now weak. So chin up and be the very best you can be. Hero, you are a hero. 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 Don't let the negativity take over to your best. The road you're paving causes feelings that are hard to express. But I promise you that at the end lies the success. Your chest is heavy, all the burdens you carry are slowly taking a toll on your mental inside. I want you to give me a promise and you to truly be honest that giving up is never going to be what you decide. I know that you've been running your whole life, walking through the darkness with practically no light, feeling depressed, under pressure, a low life, like there's no one to help you to get through all the cold nights. Look in the mirror, tell me, what do you see? A person climbing to the absolute peak. Don't need excuses, cause you are now weak. So all right, folks, good evening. How are you all doing? All right, tonight, what are we going to do tonight? Well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and go over the corporate credit information and go over stuff with you. But first of all, I want to remember and remind you, we are not here to be your attorneys. We're not here to be your lawyers. We're not here to be your financial consultants. What we are is we consult. We're a consultant. We only give you information regarding what we use and what we do, what our attorneys tell you, what our CPAs tell us, what our financial planner tells us. It's your job as a founder of your business. If you're not, here's one thing, if you're not incorporated yet or doing anything yet, some people use the excuse, well, I have to go and get it incorporated first. That's not going to do you really much good because you're not going to have the guidance. See, if you're going to pay for a package, the bottom line is you're going to end up, you probably make the mistakes. And what happens is that you got to start over and spend the money you didn't need to spend in the first place if you would just joined in the first place. I had some people do that, and that's why I'm kind of mentioning it. And that's okay. It's a learning experience. It's like going, like I said, this is the reason why you go to college. You take a test, you make a mistake, you get either passing or a do-over. At least in business, you do get a chance to do a do-over as long as you have the coaching that you're able to go ahead and know that if you do fall, that you're able to go ahead and get up. Also, I had someone do some assignments that there actually there's, I haven't brought them together yet. I don't bring them together once they all get their assignments completed. But there's some assignments people go and call their companies to do certain things, and you know they're either you're gonna do it or you don't, and you're gonna, whatever happens, and that's okay. But the thing is, what you want to begin to do is know what you. In other words, let's say the assignment was given you to do because you in a particular program, and you go do it, and let's say it kind of fumbles. Well, that's okay. What you do is you send an email and write what happened. Hey, this is what happened based on this. Da 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 da. Okay, good. And then also, let's say another assignment on the same day. I did this over this, da 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 da. This is what we told me, da 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 da. Okay, great. Now, usually what you tell us, we can find out, and then we can go ahead and go look at it ourselves, and the team will go look at it. So I just want to let you know that the way we work is that we give you things to do and assignments depending what program you're in. Once you do them, then you come back to us. Why do we want you to learn it? Because it's live, and you get on the floor. you get beat up, you get spit on, you get booed off stage. So then you begin to realize as it goes on, because what we'll do, we'll do we'll do a live Zoom for you, and we'll go ahead and do the same conversation to see what happens. And then we take it from there. You're going to find out it's nothing really magical, by the way. It's just pretty much knowing what to say. See, a lot of you'd like to have, I call you the Tower of Babel. People usually starting out, or even people that actually are building business credit, are like the Tower of Babel. They keep babbling on, not knowing what they're saying, wanting to sound intelligent, when really, when you hear me speak on the phone to another, let's say a credit person that's going to give credit, you're going to say, God dang, I'm going to be the most ding dong not knowing person of anything. Help me out. I'm lost. I'm in the middle of the forest. Can you get me out? I'm not going to know a thing. I don't need to know a thing. I'm going to let them guide me through it. Since I know what I'm up to, I'm going to use their abilities they have, or find out who can. Someone might say, well, I just go out, I know I need this for my business, and I need something for my division, and I think it's called this, but I'm not really sure. Can you help me out? Whatever it is. See, you don't have to know. I really get $1 million not knowing and appearing not to know. I'm not concerned about what I look like, because they're never going to ever pay me, and they can never afford really what I look like. And I don't care what I look like. I know this much. I'm worth over 10 times trillion. 10 trillion, okay? Just to talk. You guys, what is he talking about? I know my worth. So I can be as dumb, as goofy as I want to be, because I know my worth in the credit world. I know what I can do. So it doesn't bother me to go ahead and look like goofy. In fact, you guys will build more credit if you'd stop trying to look intelligent. You don't have to look intelligent. See, a lot of business people take pride. I look so smart, I'm intelligent. Who cares? Some of you are going to have more credit than some of these guys that look intelligent that make in a year. So I just want to let you know, when you're building your business credit, especially with us, we like to remove a lot of the ego, because a lot of people have a lot of ego. I have to say it right. I have to do it right. We give you the instructions what to do correctly. And we know that you're going to be a Tower of Babel anyways. A lot of you just can't, you're so well trained in doing it. It's going to cost you millions of dollars before you figure it out. That to go ahead and just keep quiet. Just, hey, I need your help. What are you trying to do? Well, they're going to have your account. If they have an account already, they're going to have an account, and you give them the information, and then they're going to say, oh, okay, great. Well, this is what you need to do. Okay. Is there another way? I mean, you guys got to act like a 5-year-old, because 5-year-old ask lots of questions. They ask lots of questions. Why? Why? When you tell them, well, it's green because whatever you mix together comes out green. Why? If you cannot be young again, get out and go to another place, because you're going to end up eating it. You want more money? Learn to keep quiet. You want a lot of money? You want $1 million? Keep quiet. Learn to zip it. Tell them I need help. This is what I'm doing. Which one do I do? They might tell you, I don't know. Who will know? Can you give me somebody that will know? Well, I think maybe Susie might be able to help. Okay, Greg, I'll hold on. Hi, Susie. My name's so-and-so. I'm with ABC Company. This is what I'm looking to do. X, Y, and Z. Or is there a way that your company does it that I don't know about, so I can get it done properly? Because I like doing business with you guys. As you can see, I have I have a business card with you, whatever that might be. See, we just want to begin to let you know that, see, trying to be smart and trying to build business credit is the most, if you listen to a lot of these guys on YouTube, that's what they're trying to go ahead and make themselves sound like. But I'm going to ask you one question. Those of you that are out there in the world looking to build your business credit, and maybe you already have, or you haven't, ask them this one question. How do I daisy chain my credit without ever personal guaranteeing it, only no PG. Any monkey can guarantee something. I don't care if you have bad credit, you can still guarantee it. If you have great credit, you can still guarantee it. You can get a little more. But when you do, you get a little more trouble. But when there's no PG, you don't get a little more. You save the pain. You stop bringing the pain home. When are folks going to begin to learn that building business credit is not just about building business credit. It's about keeping the pain from home. Some of you say, I have a shoestring budget. Well, then guess what? Why haven't you invested in yourself yet? See, each day, I'm going to just tell you this. Yes, if you're in your 20s, I'm including 18-year-olds. Even if you're in 20s, in your 20s, you're still going to go ahead each day you miss. You have maybe possibly a longer, if perfect world, nothing's going to happen to you in your 20s. Okay? Nothing in your 30s, nothing in your 40s, nothing in your 50s. I mean, let's take away cars, anything, okay? Even guys in 60s. All right? Now, as the older you get, each day is shorter. If you're in your 50s, each day you break it down on the time frame when they say the life expectancy is, and doesn't mean that's what you have to go by. That's just the overall average. For me, the average is 125. That's when I'm going to drop. I'm pushing for a 150. On the 150th birthday, I'm going to blow up my candles, and that's when I'm going to drop in the cake. That's it. End of story. With all my faculties. It's just time to retire, and now it's time for my demise and time for me to move on to the next level. Absolutely. Now, that's me. That's my thinking. Not yours, that's my thinking. But also, this is what I'm attempting to explain to you is this. I'm attempting to explain that each day, as the older you get, the shorter span that you have to build your credit. A lot of you wait. Now, there's stories of people in their 70s. In fact, there's one even in their 80s. This lady went to school to become an attorney. She completed and became an attorney. I think at the age of 85 or 86. And she was pretty good. I was just reading a small article in the Reader's Digest. Awesome. See, so what I'm telling you, if you don't take action, that day's wasted. You wasted something that you say is precious to you, but your action shows it's not. I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be anything about building business credit. Anything in life that you say is really important to you and you're not doing anything about it, then stop lying. Just say straight up, I'm not really interested because I keep finding excuses not to do it, or I'm letting life get in the way. Nothing wrong with that. But when you can be authentic with yourself, it frees you up. It gives you more power because you're able to act knowing that you've been authentic with yourself. The authenticity about what you're speaking is more powerful because of the fact that you told the truth about the item. And telling the truth does not mean you don't tell the truth, but it just means you told the truth about that to get that monkey off your back. Then usually when you say something like that, it opens other doors and avenues that you didn't see because you're trying to hide it from yourself and saying, well, come on, stop it. A 5-year-old has more action in their dreams than you as an adult. For some reason, when we hit 18, I don't care. Well, no, that's not true. I don't care if you say it's not true. It is true if you really look at it. A 5-year-old will do everything it needs to have its dream. It'll start building little castles. It'll do whatever it needs to do to have it exist for them. But you, as you hit 18, and then 19, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, then 90, 100, 120, 130, 150. The thing is, you lie to yourself more. A 5-year-old is so authentic with himself. I don't want to deal no more. And they move on to something else. That's it. Y'all like the drama. Save the drama for your mama. And if your mama's not alive or daddy's not alive, then save your drama for somebody else. I don't know who. And the reason I'm saying this about business credit, a lot of people really don't understand the value when they say something. See, one thing that as we begin to go and build in the millionaires millionaires trade line and the power trade line program is that we ask them to do stuff and we begin to find out all little stuff that stops them from making things happen in their life. You're a CEO of the company. You have 10 hats to wear right now. Eventually, some of you won't have 10 hats. You're going to watch the other 10 hats work for you. Now, with that said, a lot of you just like to come and listen and say, it sounds good. Well, congratulations. I'm happy for you. But that's not going to get you any closer to the dreams you desire. I don't care if you're only able to afford $125 a month. What an area in your life are you spending money that equals $125 a month? I've already showed you in some previous slides. The average person blows about $600 a month in superfluous items. And to them, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. They expeditiously run into the store and buy this thing at TJ Maxx or whatever these stores they go to. But look it was originally $49.95. Now it's only $5.95. It doesn't matter. The fact is you still spent it. You spent your dream away. You spent your college tuition. See, these are the things that you don't look at when you're doing something. I'm just real straight out. And you people on YouTube, you know what? You can go ahead and kiss that lion's you know what. And I guarantee you, he's going to bite you. See, a lot of you don't live like the lion. And I don't mean not having any empathy for society or for your fellow person. I'm saying that the lion does not really care about the opinions of sheep. It doesn't. The lion doesn't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. I have one question to ask all of you out there in YouTube and Facebook land. I have one thing to ask you, all of you out in Facebook land. I'm going to say it again. I have one more thing to ask you, all out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Why are you putting up with your nonsense? Why won't you just look yourself in the mirror and say, man, my authenticity, I'm not being straight with myself. Because when you really want something, you're like that 5-year-old. And some of you know what I'm talking. Some of you guys out there, men, some of you men know what I'm talking about. You're going to run in the store like that one guy used to be on TV and you're going to go ahead and buy that tool. You're going to buy that tool. I don't care what it is. You're going to convince your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever friend you got. You're going to convince them and say, hey, this is why you bought it. You're going to, even if it meant, I'm going to go ahead and miss a cell phone payment and tell them I can't pay till next month and do a payment arrangement program, whatever it is, just to buy that little gizmo, whatever it might be. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but whatever you're willing to do there, why aren't you willing to invest in your education that will always make you money? This is the only place that I can tell you that not even in a stocks, okay? I hate to tell you, that's a roll. The only roll of the dice here, why the business credit won't work is because you don't work and follow instructions. When you say you're going to do something in that day, you don't do it. You'll have excuses why. Well, I had to go to the bank. Well, I had to do that. Well, they told me this. Did you even email and say, hey, this is what they told me? Maybe we could email you back and say, you know what, call back and try this. Or say, you know what, we're going to call you at this time, your time. We're going to do a Zoom. I'm going to get on the phone and see what happened. Or the staff, one of the staff will get on the phone and see what happened. Or Mary McMuffin, or Joe Hofendofer, or Joey, or Manny, or Barbie, or Yesenia, or Lori, or Linda. They're going to get on the phone with you and do it. Juan, Jose, Albert. I mean, all these things. And we haven't even got off the first page yet. And I'm almost burning through my time. What I'm saying to you folks is this. If you're really up to doing something, even if it's with us, that's fine. If not, anybody else is fine. Run to them. Go do it. See, once you commit yourself, usually you'll find a way. Just like the lion. I'm telling you, why is it that a lion doesn't fear? I have another question to ask you. How many people in your originating circle ask you today, hey, how you doing with your dream? Are you building your business credit so you can get your dream today? Huh? How many have that circle around you? Another question I have to ask you. How many kicked your dream to the side? Say, oh, you still got the thing going on. You're never going to go ahead and do that. Why just go ahead and just go back and work at McDonald's? Nothing wrong working at McDonald's, but you know what? Go work at Walmart then. Or you know what? Go back to digging a ditch. You're better off. What I'm saying to you folks is that what's your world like? Who do you have around you that's even giving you verbal support? Or if someone says, hey, what are you doing with your dream today? And how are you building your business credit? And what do you tell them? Oh, well, I'm trying. Oh, well, I'm next day. Why are you kicking them? You say, you know what? I'm working on it and I'm moving forward. Even if you have to go ahead and lie about it, at least you're lying about something good. Keep lying to yourself that way until it happens. You go, wow, maybe I wasn't lying. If you want something, you got to keep speaking it. Period. Those of you that are into the religious realm, it tells you in the word, you either speak the quality or keep your mouth quiet. Because the power of life is in the tongue. For those of you that are, no, I don't really get into that, but I do believe in the power of Think and Grow Rich. Hello? All those books are written from the Bible anyways. You can find almost every verse in Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon, The Power of Thinking, The Power to Influence Others, Carnegie, Tony Robbins. All that stuff comes from the main book. Do your research. Hey, who am I? You know, if you wanted to get $42 million worth of credit in business credit, you know, and I can show you how to lose 22 million of it. I know both ends of the stick. And who cares? Debt follows tax ID. A lot of you I wanted to say to you is this. When you're building your business credit, it's not like now you're just going to get a job at, you know, sweeping a curb. You know, some people go get a labor job, and some people start a labor job because they're going to become a GC. They already have it in their head, but they know they got to start as a laborer to get to the GC. See, if you're gonna quit, I say quit. Quit in life. Go ahead. And it's perfectly fine. Your life will turn out. Your life will turn out. It will. Promise. But if you want a life that you stop moaning and groaning, oh my God, oh, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Oh, come on, folks. And the reason why I'm going over this in such a dramatic way is because you all know that conversation. You have it with yourself, and you hope nobody finds out. You don't think I can hear it when I talk to you on the phone? Oh my God, sometimes I have to go wash my hair, my mouth out, my ears out from hearing all that gooey stuff. Oh, well, you know, I'm trying. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Well, you know, please stop it already. You either do it or don't do it. That's all there is. There's nothing else. It's like in life. You're going to die and not die. Tonight when you go to bed, you're either going to die or not die, and you'll know that in the morning when you wake up. That's it. Two things. Nobody can live with that. Let's just call it like what it is. There's only two things. It's either yes or no. He tells you also, all right, we'll go to Tony Robbins stuff he has. Either you're going to be yes or going to be no. I wonder where that is. Let your yeses be yeses and your no's be no. Huh, I wonder where that is. All right, Richest Man in Babylon. It tells you when you make your choice, make your choice. Huh. Let your yeses be yeses, let your no be no. There's no maybe. A lot of you can't even show the word maybe. You only can show two things. It's either you do or either you don't. Those are actions. Well, I got to make up my mind. You already did the minute you said you had to make up my mind. You made up your mind not to make up your mind. Come on. You guys like all this mental masturbation with yourself. And what does it have to do with business credit? A whole lot. This is why some of you will either get it or you won't. Some of you will get $97 of business credit, and some of you will get $9.7 million of business credit because of the way and this is the teaching we get in the bigger arenas. Why? Because if you're going to have that kind of money, you've got to be prepared to have it. I've had people that get like 1.8, 1.9, $2 million and start freaking out. How? This is too much. We can't handle the payments. Oh my God. And I ask them, well, you haven't charged anything yet. The most you have is, 50,000 on altogether between the $2 million. Yeah, it's just too much. Oh no. And the crazy thing, they won't even sell you the company, close everything down and panic and go back to the level of mentality they were comfortable at. This is no joke. This is why you hear these people when you say, oh, we built $350,000 to my client, no personal guarantee, da. Right away, oh yeah, right. Because a lot of you don't have the capacity to even think that you can have $1 million in business credit. And I'm sorry to say it straight up. And this is where before I got hammered years ago for saying this, but you know what? It is what it is, and not like the cliche that everyone, it is what it is. It is what it is until you say it's not what it is. See, you all have the power, not me. I can talk all day long. You say, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, that makes sense. Yippee-doo-dah day. Getting excited, getting motivated. That's just like blowing a balloon up with a hole in it. It's either you're going to do something or you're not. That's it. Building business credit is nothing but action-oriented and a mentality that you are to have $1 million in business credit. How fast do you want it? We can take you as fast as you want. You want it in 24 months? All right. 18 months? Okay. 12 months? Let's rumble. 6 months? You're going to pay, but guess what? You'll get it. That's it. Any business out there can go ahead and get the basics for you, but they're not going to teach you the mental mindset along with it. See, I'm going to tell you, the garbage has to be taken out. And a lot of you know what I mean. The mental garbage must be taken out. I remember my mental garbage stunk so bad, even when I didn't say anything, it was so bad. People said, man, you got bad attitude. It smells. Folks, I've been there, done that. It's nutso. The reason why I'm passing it on, because we have some new stuff coming up, and we're just going to take the cream of the crop, which means this: your mentality, it must be in the right place for us to work with you, or else we won't. Why? Because it's too close to next year. Next year stuff is going to shift, and everything that I've been talking about now is going to make a shift. You go, whoa. Yes, the basics will be there, but there's some other things that are going to shift. What if this would happen? Let's say you had $1 million in business credit. You haven't used it all. Now, let's say you used 100,000 because you got to keep things moving. You got to keep spending it in order to keep it. Now, let's say that the money situation changes, where they now are now removing the dollar bill for something else. And they tell you, well, since you have 100,000 in cash, it's only worth 50. So here's $50,000, and now you just ate it, and they take the other they have the cash they have now and replace it with something else, but it's only worth 50. You'd be a little upset, wouldn't you? But does $1 million in credit disappear? Does $1 million in credit disappear? Does it get less? Does the credit change? No, it doesn't change. Why? Because it's still credit. Hello. So the person that has cash will lose half and you still have the same. I just want to say to you, you want to begin to build up. The next COVID is coming. And it's going to come in a blink of an eye. And not like doom and gloom. It's just fact. I can tell you the YouTube. In fact, I gave a link out maybe 4 or 5 months ago where to hear about it. And the lady's very reputable. Very reputable. And the thing is that she broke it down and how it's going to work and so on and so on and so on. See, again, like I said, we have a mastermind group that gets together once a week. And what we do is, okay, how do we move credit amongst each other so we can have it? See, this is one of the things that are huge benefits. A lot of these guys don't even talk about to you. A lot of them don't even have it. A lot of them can't even explain to you how to daisy chain your credit to a division without doing any kind of even credit check and still have it show up on the business. How does that happen? And how does it work? A lot of them don't know. I'm going to say maybe one out of all of them knows. That's it. So with that said, I want to say to you, be like the lion. Each and every one of you not only have the ability, you already have the resolve to do it if you just say, you know what? I'm tired of living this way. I am tired of it. I'm done. I'm finished. What do I got to do? That's the attitude that you want for yourself as you're going forward in life itself, whether it be with us or anything else you're doing. Not a problem. Now, at Corporate Credit Blueprints, what we're all about is this: making sure the mental mindset you're set up to go ahead and manage the money. See, when you get $1 million of credit, you think, oh, you're still going to have to pay it. You got to figure out what you're going to pay it with. What's going to be the quickest return? Some people, I can tell you real estate, but let me ask you this. In real estate, even if you sleep, you're going to sleep on it, you're going to hurt yourself. In real estate, it's an everyday item. You do this, and you'll end up with this. And there's a numbers game. You got to figure out, okay, great. Out of a whole week, 10 times 10 out of 5 days is 100. If you do 100 items that needs to be done, you will be able to go ahead and guess what? You'll be able to go and do some items, and you'll close every week. You close about roughly 4 deals a month. Give or take, 5 deals, 6 deals, because some things come out of that. And on top of that, whatever you get, whether it be 5,000, 6,000, let's say average of 4,000. 5 times 4 is what? 20 is not bad. Some of you could use 20. I don't know. What would an extra $20,000 for you do every month? But you're going to have to do some work. And a lot of it's on phone. A lot of it will be, through whatever it might be. But a lot of you want to do, you think, oh, I'm going to go here. No, everything's changed. It's shifted. And in fact, everyone thinks real estate's bad now. Oh, it's getting hard to sell. Man, there's so many people out there. It's pathetic. You just got to know what avenue where to go. Yes, the basic is tough. Everybody's on the basic. It's like everybody's on this one candy bar eating. Why? When you got a big one over here, you just have to go over here and take a left turn instead of a right turn. Now, one thing about this too, we talk about is truckers. The truckers are awesome. In fact, they're getting hit hard by the gas, but yet if they're a business, is the way to get around all that. But it's an industry. So I'm just going to talk about the trucker industry, but put your industry in this. See, one thing also we teach you is not how to be high risk. A lot of you put, well, we're this. In fact, there was someone today, they didn't do their insurance correctly. Let's put it that way. And their insurance was $6,000 a month because there's some trucking and hauling they were doing. And they listed some other stuff and this, that, and other thing. And he got a good rate, $6,000. He was happy with that. It was perfect. Good for him. And then all of a sudden, like a couple months later, he got a bill for $10,000 a month because of what he gave him. And they didn't ask for all that, but he gave it to him. So he had to go back and unwind the whole thing to show him it wasn't true. We also show you how to get yourself out of a high-risk business. I mean, you can still do a high-risk business, but let me ask you this question. Your main company. You're a main company. If your main company was doing business as whatever it might be, your main company should only be building business credit. Your main company should be involved in business management / consulting. When you create your divisions, you're going to be managing the divisions, aren't you? Isn't the mother company going to be managing the divisions? Aren't they? Aren't you going to be consulting a division, whether division 1, division 2? Let's say division 1 was a trucking company. Aren't you going to be managing them? Isn't the main corporation going to be managing them and coaching them and consulting them? What about your second division? See, you got to understand. You just got to know the right language and really what you're going to really be doing. Are you really going to go ahead and have a trucking company? Or is the corporation going to have the trucking company and they hire you to help manage the trucking company and coach it and consult with it? So isn't the business in management and consulting? The divisions down there has nothing to do with the main company owning the trucking company. They're managing a trucking company. So you really got to think about these things. Like really. Anybody, I don't care if it's a hot dog stand. You're managing a hot dog stand. Whatever it is, you're managing a hot dog stand or whatever it is. How about a beauty salon? Nail shop. Why do you want to be so hooked on, I own a nail shop? No, the business I work for manages and consults with a nail shop they have an interest in. Hello. Hey, it's true. Next thing is this. Want to know the truth about how to obtain business credit, even if you're dead broke? Who wants to know that? Who would like to really know that? Dead broke. What's dead broke? Can someone please tell me what dead broke is? Would you rather be broke or would you rather be poor? See, poor is permanent. Broke is temporary. Poor is permanent. Broke is temporary. If you have a mentality that's just like, I want to do something. I don't have to go any more than that. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being that way. If that's how you choose, then I still love you the way you are. If you're broke, it's temporary. Yeah, you're going to have to dig your way out, but I'll be right there cheering you on because you're no different than I. I start the same way a lot of you are. In fact, I was so broke, even broke looked good to me. Oh, absolutely. And I tell you, it's even tougher when you have kids or family. I mean, they were little, 18 months and then 2 months old, and a wife. Whew, most women would have gave up on me. I mean, she went home to the Lord, but at that time, you know, she was one that says, "What do you want me to do? What do you need from me?" You know, we talked about certain things. Like I said, some of you know, we painted curbs and went out and painted curbs together. She knocked on the door, and you know, whatever she said to him, and she said, "Okay, I paint the curb." So I painted the curb. When I got done, they paid her. I mean, there's just so many things that can be done now, especially in the COVID thing. Look how many people came out with a mask. You know, people come out with a mask, you know, like this, you know. That never was around. You saw someone wearing a medical mask, you say, "Oh man, something wrong with them." Now everyone wears one. If you don't wear one, oh, where's your white card that shows you got 2 shots? The whole system's shifted. What are you going to do to spiritually, mentally, and emotionally shift yourself about finances? See, and if you really look at the whole world, none of us should be broke. None of us should ever be broke. Broke is a choice. Broke is a choice. There's too much evidence in the world where you see people, they've had the worst circumstances and come out on top. Because they chose. They powerfully chose. They refused to believe the environment they were around. That's why this talk tonight is about business credit is an environment. It is an environment. It depends what kind of environment you're in. The environment that prospers and grows, not only because it gives back, but it has the empathy for others to make sure they have the mental information that they have a choice in life. You don't hear this in school. School tells you get it right and get a passing grade and go out in the world, get it right, and you're going to make money. No, I don't think so. They don't really teach you there's a buffet of answers to get where you need to go, as long as you have some moral ethics and the authenticity about with yourself, you'll go long ways. So again, if you want to know how to go ahead and obtain business credit, even if you're dead broke, call us. Learning the steps. Here's the thing. We want to repackage your whole life. We want to repackage your whole life. Why? So you have a fighting chance for the next whatever comes up in life. And it doesn't have to be the whole world again. It can be just in your own little environment that you know what to do. That's it. That's all there is. There's no magic. The magic formula is be, do, have. That's it. Be what you already know yourself to be. Do what you know that needs to be done so you can actually be who you know yourself to be. And have, which means you already have to see it before you have it. A lot of you see a lot of pictures that I don't even want to talk about. And then you go, oh, wow. The old saying, the self-fulfilled prophecy. It didn't say which way it goes. See, you have a say-so. Some of you go, oh, my God, you know, I tried. I keep going. And I go 1 step forward. I go 22 steps backwards. Okay. Why don't you change the conversation a little bit? I go 2 steps forward and I only go 1 step back. That means you're ahead a little bit. How about that? You guys realize you create your own demise? And sometimes you have to be patient. Some people just start, all of a sudden they just give up. They sit on the curb and they're just inches away. There's no difference in business, folks. I don't care if it's you're selling the same widget someone does. Someone has the same widget they're selling. And guess what? Someone's selling a widget and someone's enrolling people and inspiring them about their widget. So they pick them and someone instead of someone trying to sell them a widget. Big difference between the two. Also, we tell you plan on the problems. Not like plan on the problem. Oh my God, No, that's the authenticity and the authentic conversation is there problems that come up in business? Yes. Okay, great. So we plan on those things. Then you learn about safety credit. You learn about the line of defense, things to protect you and your family, and you don't bring the pain home. Oh, we got lightning going on, folks. Thunder and lightning. Okay, so that's why the doggy's barking. Okay, cool. All right. So this is what we do. Oh, by the way, we know we're home doing real live here. Now you guys know the background picture, I hope. All right. Also, another thing is this. Your individual scores, your paydex scores, your business scores, we teach about that. And it tells you most of what the lender's looking for and also scores of 80 or better. But the paydex score, that's going to change too. That's going to be the thing of the past. So your SPFE is going to be the new thing of the future. Just remember that. If you want to have any questions, you can call us at 614-349-8242. 614-349-8242. I just want to let you know again, if you own a business, your paydex score is fine, but your SPFE is the one you're going to be looking for eventually down the road, and your business experience. Business Equifax is kind of moving to the wayside. Yes, some people use it, but again, I'm not saying not to build on it, but you want most of your, if you're going to have any kind of trade lines and all that you work on, I would work on the SPFE and also your business experience. Business experience has a lot to do with your cash credit. Your SPFE has to do with a lot of your leases. So now, to build your limits, like I said, some of you exceed $100,000. Some of you have different things going on, learning how to leverage. Also, another thing, here are the 4 points of income I talk about. Real estate, franchise, profit sharing, leveraging money, and credit. See, when you learn to leverage money and credit in the beginning, you got to pick 3 cards that you can leverage your credit so you can buy items, and 1 card you don't use to buy anything. You use the 1 card to go ahead and move around so you can keep making your payments on the total of 2 cards. And then the one that we talk about in the Millionaires Club and also the Power Trade Lines. So with that said, that's just an idea, what to give you an idea. When we go in depth more as we go on. The real estate's quicker money than the franchise. Franchise becomes the second quickest money once you get it going, but you get your franchise money from the money that you build your business credit lines, and your real estate builds this so you can go ahead and build the money to go ahead and get the franchise, and then your franchise will get into the profit sharing for you to profit share, or maybe a division to profit share. That's also explained way down in the game. And then leveraging money and credit even to a much massive more area, which now this particular area is when we have the masterminds, the millionaire and the power trade line people, we get together and then we talk about how to increase each other's line of credits. So some things people don't really talk about. No PGs. Now, this is the line of defense. We show you how you go ahead and defend yourself in the business world so you can go ahead and have it be the way you want it. And last but not least is this. You really got to begin to understand how the SS works, Also, folks, if anything, if you don't learn from this, learn this one thing. Never bring the pain home. Never bring the pain home again. A lot of you think bringing your pain home is going to go ahead and make a difference. No, you don't need to bring the pain home. Why? Because of the fact if you bring the pain home, guess what? You're going to bring the pain home and it's not going to look good anymore. See, one thing about business credit, you want to avoid all this nonsense. You don't have to worry about it knocking on the door anymore. Never bring the pain home again. Awesome. Make it rain, baby. Make it rain money. Make it rain. See, this is in all of you. This guy right here, and ladies, this guy, whether it be a young lady, whatever age you are, this is the guy or young gal that's in you that a lot of you think, well, I'm this. In fact, today I saw some lady at this place we went to go eat. very prim and proper, but you can tell she wasn't free to really be who she was. You know, she's this way. I mean, a lot of you aren't even free because you have a thought pattern that you think it's supposed to be a certain way, and it's not. I hate to tell you, the world is not designed for you to have it in a certain way. The world is designed so you can go ahead and have it the way the world says you need to have it. But you can have it the way you want it if you're really up to having a great game. Up to you. You can be this little guy inside a 100-year-old body, knowing I can make it rain because I know how to build MPO. If you don't know what MPO, I'm not going to tell you. But also, you also know what OPM is. There's a value behind MPO, by the way. But other people's money, OPM, that's the basic. You want to learn what MPO is? That's where the millions are at. All right, folks, this is Corporate Credit Blueprints. Thank you for listening. Here's the number, 888-471-4252, extension 2001. If you call that number, extension 2001, and ask for your free guide, we'll send it to you. Leave your email address and we'll send it to you. Also, another thing, you can go ahead and discover how many types of finances we have available. And on top of that, if you want, you can go to corporatecredit-blueprints.com. corporatecredit-blueprints.com and tell them you want your free business report guide. And also you want to go ahead and do your free business 30-minute consultation. We're not going to sell you anything. We'll set an appointment. We'll go over what you want and see what you like to do. So what I will say with that, I want to say one thing to you is this. Always remember the things you want to remember and choose not to remember the things you no longer need to remember. Time to free yourself up. Just dump the garbage out. Start fresh. I love all of you. You guys are awesome. And most of all, YouTube, you guys, every one of you are awesome. If you want to know what else we're doing, what we're up to, just go ahead and click on the subscription line if you wish to know, and then you'll be notified. Then on top of that, other than that, all you people out there, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the other ones, Instagram, we want to thank you. Thank you for all your support. And thank you for the great information you sent to us. Thank you for verifying what I asked you to verify. And awesome. So I'm really proud of all of you. And thank you again. And I really enjoy the conversation I have with each and every one of you. So thank you very much. And most of all, have a blessed evening.